Hello friends, I am Richmind, and after some time without posting videos on the channel, today I want to invite you to a deep analysis of our lives. Have you ever stopped to think if everything you live, see and feel is really the truth? What if I told you that we are all living in a great illusion, a matrix that manipulates our perception of reality? It sounds like I'm describing a science fiction movie, doesn't it? But believe me, this is more real than you can imagine. Have you ever felt like you are just going with the flow without really understanding the purpose of everything? Without understanding the purpose of our lives in this world? As if you were on autopilot, living a routine that seems meaningless. Well, you are not alone. Most of us live like this, without realizing that we are trapped in a matrix. But what is this matrix after all? And how does it manipulate us? Today, we are going to unravel these mysteries together. I will show you how everything in the universe is energy, including you. Yes, you are much more than just flesh and bone, and quantum mechanics, this fascinating area of physics, has a lot to teach us about this. We will explore how science explains our energetic composition and how we can use this knowledge to awaken our consciousness. But wait, we won't stop there. I will show you how the illusion that everything is matter and that we are isolated beings is just that, an illusion. In fact, we are all connected by energy fields that directly influence our lives. And no, this is not cheap esotericism. It is science and spirituality converging to show us that we have the power to influence the reality around us. Have you ever heard of subtle bodies? No? Then you are about to discover an essential part of who you are. Besides our physical body, we have subtle bodies that are composed of energy, and that influence our health, our emotions, and our overall well-being. Fascinating, isn't it? And what if I told you that both spirituality and quantum mechanics suggest that you can create significant changes in your life and in the world around you just with your intention and consciousness? It sounds magical, but it is real, and I will show you how. So, if you are curious to understand how to get out of this matrix, awaken your consciousness, and start living more fully and consciously, stay with me until the end of this video. I promise you won't regret it. Let's unravel these mysteries together and discover how we can transform and take control of our lives. So let's start by understanding what this matrix we talk so much about really is. The matrix is essentially a state of consciousness. Imagine that you are living in a dream where everything seems real, but in fact it is a great illusion. From the moment we are born, we are inserted into this system that teaches us to see the world in a very specific way. We are programmed to believe in certain things and ignore others. But who is behind this programming? The matrix is maintained by a series of beliefs and systems that make us believe that life is a constant competition. From a young age, we are taught that there is only one winner, that we need to step over others to achieve success. This creates a scarcity mindset, where we believe there is not enough for everyone and that we need to fight for every piece of happiness or success. But why does this happen? The answer is simple: control. When we are trapped in this mindset of competition and scarcity, we are easily manipulated. We become so focused on surviving and competing that we don't have the time or energy to question the system we live in, and so the matrix continues to control us, keeping us in a state of zombies as if we were asleep. Have you noticed how many people around you seem to be on autopilot? They follow their daily routines without really paying attention to what they are doing or why. This is the matrix in action. It keeps us distracted with mundane concerns, such as paying bills, social status, and the incessant pursuit of more and more material goods. All of this prevents us from seeing the true nature of reality. But here is the crucial point. The matrix is not just an external conspiracy, it is also within us. We have a reptilian brain, a primitive part of our brain that is always in survival mode. This reptilian brain makes us see the world as a dangerous place, where we need to be constantly alert and ready to fight or flee. And this feeds the matrix, keeping us trapped in a cycle of fear and competition. Now you might be wondering, how can I get out of this matrix? The first thing you need to understand is that getting out of the matrix does not mean abandoning the physical world or isolating yourself in a cave. On the contrary, it is about changing your perception and consciousness while still living in this world. It is about waking up to the truth that you are more than just a physical body and that reality is much more complex and interconnected than it seems. Awakening from the matrix begins with awareness. Start questioning your beliefs and perceptions. Why do you believe what you believe? Who taught you that? And more importantly, do these beliefs really serve your well-being and growth? When you start asking these questions, you begin to see the cracks in the illusion of the matrix. But rest assured, you are not alone on this journey. Many people around the world are awakening and starting to see the truth behind the illusion. Together, we can create a new reality based on love, cooperation, and abundance. Now that we have begun to understand what the matrix is and how it manipulates us, let's dive into a fundamental concept that can transform our perception of reality. Everything in the universe is energy. That's right, absolutely everything around us, including ourselves, is composed of energy. It may seem like an abstract concept, but I will explain it in a way that makes sense to you. You may have heard of quantum mechanics, right? This area of physics studies the smallest particles in the universe and reveals that, at the most fundamental level, everything is made of energy vibrating at different frequencies. This means that, although we can see and touch solid objects, they are actually composed of subatomic particles in constant motion. This is proven when we analyze any solid object, including our human body. Our body is composed of various organs. The organs are composed of various cells. If we use extremely powerful microscopes, we will see that cells are made up of atoms. These atoms, which we once thought were indivisible, are made up of protons, neutrons, and electrons. Furthermore, if we observe protons and neutrons, they are made up of quarks that are held together by particles called gluons, and the electrons orbit around the nucleus, formed by protons and neutrons, creating a kind of wave. All this to explain that, if we keep observing more and more deeply, everything is energy. What differentiates this energy that forms a solid object or physical body from an invisible energy like electrical energy is the frequency at which it exists. Fascinating, isn't it? But what does this have to do with our daily lives? Well, understanding that everything is energy completely changes the way we see the world and ourselves. For example, our thoughts and emotions are also forms of energy. When we think or feel something, we are emitting a certain vibrational frequency. And these vibrations can influence not only our own body, but also the environment around us. Let's do a quick mental experiment. Close your eyes and imagine a situation that makes you extremely happy. It can be anything: a special moment with someone you love, an important achievement, or even a breathtaking landscape. Now pay attention to how your body reacts. You probably felt a wave of warmth or a sensation of lightness, right? That is energy in action. Your thoughts and emotions are literally changing the vibration of your body. But it doesn't stop there. Science has already demonstrated that even inanimate objects possess energy. For example, water can be influenced by words and intentions. The Japanese scientist Masaru Emoto conducted experiments showing that water crystals change shape depending on the words and emotions they are exposed to. Positive words like love and gratitude create beautiful and harmonious crystals, while negative words result in distorted and chaotic forms. This shows us that our intentions and emotions have a real and tangible impact on the physical world. Now, you might be wondering, how can I use this knowledge to improve my life? The answer lies in learning to manage your own energy. When you become aware that everything is energy, you start to realize that you have the power to influence your reality. This means that by changing your thoughts and emotions, you can literally change your life. For example, if you are constantly focused on negative thoughts and feelings of fear or anger, you are emitting a low vibrational frequency. This can attract more situations and people that resonate with this negative energy. On the other hand, if you focus on positive thoughts and feelings of love and gratitude, you raise your vibration and start to attract experiences and people that are in harmony with this higher energy. And it's not just about superficial positive thinking, it's about truly feeling these emotions and living according to them. When you start practicing gratitude daily, for example, you change your vibrational frequency and begin to see positive changes in your life. It may seem simple, but it is incredibly powerful. When you understand that everything is energy, you gain a new perspective on life and start to realize that you have the power to create the reality you desire. Now that we understand that everything in the universe is energy, let's delve a little deeper and explore how quantum mechanics explains our energetic composition. This is a fascinating topic, and although it may seem complex at first, I will explain it in a way that is easy to understand and that really makes sense to you. Quantum mechanics is an area of physics that studies the smallest particles in the universe, such as atoms and subparticles, and reveals some of the deepest secrets of our existence. One of the fundamental principles of quantum mechanics is that these particles are not solid, but rather packets of energy vibrating at different frequencies. This means that, at the most basic level, everything, including you and me, is made of energy. To illustrate this, let's imagine we are looking at a common object, like a chair. At first glance, the chair appears to be solid and static. However, if we had a powerful enough microscope to see the particles that make up the chair, we would see that they are in constant motion. The atoms that form the chair are made of protons, neutrons, and electrons, which in turn are made of even smaller particles called quarks. And these subatomic particles are actually packets of energy vibrating at different frequencies. But what does this have to do with our energetic composition? Well, just like the chair, our bodies are also made of atoms and subatomic particles. This means that, at the most fundamental level, we are beings of energy. And this energy is in constant motion and interaction with the environment around us. Quantum mechanics also teaches us that these subatomic particles do not have a fixed location. Instead, they exist in a state of probability, which means they can be in multiple places at once until they are observed. This is known as Heisenberg's uncertainty principle. In other words, reality is much more fluid and dynamic than it seems. Now you might be wondering, how does this affect my daily life? The answer lies in how our energy interacts with the world around us. Our thoughts, emotions, and intentions are forms of energy that can influence reality in ways we are only beginning to understand. For example, when you think about something with great intensity, you are emitting a vibrational frequency that can attract or repel certain experiences and people. Moreover, quantum mechanics shows us that everything is interconnected. This is known as quantum entanglement, where particles that have been connected in some way continue to influence each other, even when they are separated by great distances. This means that our actions and intentions can have a much greater impact than we imagine, affecting not only our own lives but also the world around us. So, how can we use this knowledge to improve our lives? First, it is important to become aware of your own energy. Pay attention to your thoughts and emotions and how they affect your body and your environment. Practice meditation and other mindfulness techniques to help balance your energy and raise your vibrational frequency. Second, remember that you have the power to influence your reality. Use positive affirmations and visualize what you want to achieve. Believe that you deserve the best and that you have the ability to create the life you desire. When you align your thoughts, emotions, and actions with your highest intentions, you begin to attract experiences and people that resonate with that energy. And finally, remember that we are all interconnected. Your actions and intentions have an impact on the world around you. So choose to act with love, compassion, and gratitude. When you elevate your own energy, you also elevate the collective energy, contributing to a more harmonious and balanced world. Now that we have explored quantum mechanics and understand our energetic composition, let's talk about one of the most transformative aspects of this journey, the awakening of consciousness. This is a profound and at the same time extremely liberating topic. I will explain it in a way that you can really feel the impact of this concept in your life. The awakening of consciousness is essentially the process of becoming fully aware of yourself and the world around you. It's like waking up from a long sleep and suddenly seeing reality with a clarity you never had before. But what exactly does awakening mean? Imagine you are living your life on autopilot, following daily routines, reacting to situations without really thinking about them, and accepting beliefs and patterns that have been imposed on you since childhood. This is the state of being asleep in the matrix. Many people live like this, without questioning, without realizing that there is much more beyond what the eyes can see. The awakening of consciousness begins when you start to question these routines and patterns. You start to ask yourself, why do I do this? Does this really make sense to me? Am I living according to my true values and desires? These questions are the starting point for a journey of self-discovery and personal growth. One of the first things you realize upon awakening is that you are not just a physical body, but an energetic and spiritual entity. You begin to understand that your thoughts and emotions have a real impact on your life and the world around you. And more importantly, you realize that you have the power to change your reality by changing your consciousness. But how exactly can you awaken your consciousness? Here are some practical steps that can help you in this process. Practice mindfulness. Meditation and other mindfulness practices are powerful tools to help you become more aware of the present moment. When you are fully present, you begin to notice patterns of thought and behavior that previously went unnoticed. Question your beliefs. Many of the beliefs we hold were implanted in us since childhood and may not reflect our true essence. Ask yourself, does this belief really serve me? Is it aligned with who I really am? By questioning your beliefs, you begin to release those that are no longer useful and adopt new ones that resonate with your truth. Cultivate self-compassion. The awakening of consciousness can be a challenging and sometimes painful process. It is important to be kind to yourself and recognize that we are all on a journey of growth. Self-compassion helps to smooth the path and allows you to forgive yourself for past mistakes as you move forward. Seek knowledge. Reading books, watching videos, and participating in workshops and courses on spirituality, quantum mechanics, and personal development can provide valuable insights and expand your understanding of reality. Knowledge is a powerful tool for the awakening of consciousness. Connect with nature. Spending time in nature can help calm the mind and reconnect you with your essence. Nature reminds us of the beauty and simplicity of life and can be a source of inspiration and healing. As you begin to awaken, you also start to realize that everyone around you is at different stages of their own journey of consciousness. This brings a new perspective on human relationships and interactions. You begin to see people not as adversaries or obstacles, but as fellow travelers, each with their own lessons and challenges. And here is a crucial point. The awakening of consciousness does not mean that you become perfect or that you will never face challenges again. In fact, it may be the opposite. You may encounter new challenges as you become more aware, but now you face them with a new perspective and tools to deal with them more effectively. So, what do you think? Are you ready to start or continue your journey of awakening consciousness? Remember, this is a continuous and personal process. There is no final destination, but rather a series of moments of clarity and growth, and every step you take on this journey contributes to a more conscious and harmonious world. Now that we understand that we are energetic beings, let's delve even deeper into our true nature by exploring the concept of our subtle bodies. This is essential for anyone seeking to expand their consciousness and live more fully and integratively. Have you ever wondered why sometimes, even when we are physically healthy, we still feel exhausted, anxious, or emotionally unbalanced? The answer may lie in our subtle bodies. Besides our physical body, which is visible and tangible, we possess other bodies that are equally important, but operate on more subtle levels of energy. The subtle bodies are layers of energy that surround and interpenetrate our physical body. They are responsible for our vitality, emotions, thoughts, and spiritual connection. Different spiritual and esoteric traditions describe these bodies in various ways, but they generally agree that we have at least 7 main subtle bodies: the etheric, emotional, mental, astral, causal, buddhic, and atmic bodies. Let's explore and understand each of them. The physical body. This is the body we all know and are most familiar with. It is composed of dense matter and is the vehicle through which we experience the physical world. However, it is just the tip of the iceberg. The etheric body. It is the closest to the physical and is directly linked to our vitality and health. When you feel that energy after a good night's sleep or after a refreshing meditation, it is your etheric body in action. The emotional body. As the name suggests, this is where our emotions and feelings reside. Have you ever felt that knot in your stomach when you are anxious? Well, that is a manifestation of your emotional body. The mental body. This is the home of our thoughts and beliefs. When you have those moments of mental clarity or brilliant insights, your mental body is aligned and functioning well. The astral body. This one is fascinating. It is the body we use during astral travel and out-of-body experiences. Have you ever had the sensation of floating while sleeping? It was probably your astral body in action. The causal body. This is where we store the memories of all our past lives and our karma. It is like the hard drive of our soul. The Buddhic body. This is the body of intuition and higher wisdom. When you have that feeling of "I know but I don't know how I know," it is your Buddhic body manifesting. The Atmic body. This is the highest, our direct connection with the divine, with the source of all creation. But now, after knowing these characteristics, you might be wondering, how can I perceive and work with these subtle bodies? The answer lies in practices that increase our sensitivity and energetic awareness. Meditation, yoga, Reiki, dowsing, and other energy therapies are excellent tools for exploring and balancing our subtle bodies. For example, meditation helps us calm the mind and tune into our emotional and mental bodies. Regular yoga practice not only strengthens the physical body, but also harmonizes the etheric and emotional bodies. Reiki and other forms of energy healing work directly with the subtle bodies to release blockages and restore the flow of energy. One of the keys to working with our subtle bodies is self-awareness. Start paying attention to how you feel in different situations and environments. Notice how your emotions and thoughts influence your physical state and vice versa. This expanded awareness is the first step to identifying imbalances and taking steps to correct them. Remember, our subtle bodies are as real as the physical body, even if we cannot see them with our eyes. They play a crucial role in our overall health and well-being. By learning to care for and balance these bodies, we can live more harmoniously and aligned with our true nature. The most interesting aspect of all this is interconnectivity. Quantum mechanics shows us that all particles in the universe are interconnected through a universal energy field. This means that every action, thought, and emotion we have can influence the energy field around us, and by extension, the reality we experience. Now let's bring spirituality into this equation. Many ancient spiritual traditions intuitively knew what quantum mechanics is beginning to reveal, that we are co-creators of our reality. Through spiritual practices such as meditation, prayer, and visualization, we can align our energy with the universal field and manifest our intentions in the physical world. But how does this work in practice? Let's explore some concrete examples. Imagine that you are constantly thinking about scarcity and lack. These thoughts generate a specific vibrational frequency that aligns with the energy of scarcity. As a result, you attract more situations of lack and limitation into your life. On the other hand, if you start cultivating thoughts of abundance and gratitude, your vibrational frequency changes and you begin to attract more opportunities and resources. Quantum mechanics also gives us a fascinating insight into the role of the observer. The famous double-slit experiment showed that the mere observation of a particle can alter its behavior. This suggests that our consciousness plays an active role in creating reality. When we observe and focus our attention on something, we are, in a way, influencing the manifestation of that reality. So how can we use this knowledge to positively influence our reality? First, it is essential to cultivate a practice of self-awareness. Pay attention to your thoughts and emotions and work to align your energy with your highest intentions. Meditation, visualization, and positive affirmations are powerful tools to help in this process. Second, it is important to understand that we are part of a greater whole. Our actions and intentions not only affect our own lives but also the collective energy field. By cultivating positive thoughts and emotions, we are contributing to the elevation of collective consciousness and helping to create a better world for everyone. Third, remember that change begins from within. Often, we seek external changes without realizing that true transformation starts within us. By working on our spiritual and emotional growth, we are creating a solid foundation to manifest our intentions in the physical world. And here is a crucial point. The convergence of spirituality and quantum mechanics shows us that we have immense power to influence our reality. We are not victims of circumstances, but conscious co-creators. By aligning our energy with our highest intentions, we can create a life of abundance, purpose, and connection. But now you might be wondering, what do I do with all this knowledge? The answer is simple. Apply it in your daily life. Start observing your thoughts and emotions and see how they shape your reality. Practice meditation, visualize your intentions, and align your energy with your highest goals. Remember that you are a powerful co-creator, capable of transforming your life and the world around you. I want to invite you to continue this journey of self-knowledge and expansion of consciousness. I am preparing a series of videos where we will study together and understand ancient teachings and practices that great sages performed to elevate themselves and understand the purpose of life. These teachings are often hidden in texts that can only be understood by those who know how to decipher the real meaning behind the literal text. Subscribe to the channel to receive notifications of new videos and to study together. If you wish to support the channel and help in the production of more content like this, consider making a donation of any amount through the Ko-fi platform link, which is also in the description. Your contribution is very valuable and helps us continue bringing enriching information to you. Additionally, I have made available a free ebook where I teach how to unlock the third eye and live a fuller life. The download link is in the description. Take advantage of this opportunity to deepen your knowledge and spiritual practice. Share this video with friends and family who can benefit from these teachings. The more people awaken to this reality, the more we can transform the world into a better place. I would love to know what you thought of this video. Leave your comment below, share your impressions, and suggest topics you would like to see in future videos. Your opinion is very important to me and helps direct the content of the channel. Finally, I invite you to watch other videos on the channel that will be indicated in the cards and on the end screen. They cover other important knowledge that can complement what we discussed here today. Keep exploring, learning, and growing. Thank you very much for being here and for being part of this community of truth seekers. Together, we can create a more conscious, loving, and abundant reality. See you in the next video.